Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Haley from HaleyNutrition.com, and today we're going to make some pulp seed crackers. I'm going to give you a basic guideline on a recipe here. We're going to use up this bin of pulp from juicing, and I've got some of my favorite seeds. But the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going big. I'm going, don't use the amounts I'm using, but watch how I do it. I'm using this big old bowl. I got it sitting here in the sink. And let's see, I'm going to start off with some seeds. So this is 4 cups. You probably won't be using 4 cups. I'm going to put some sunflower seeds in it. Pumpkin seeds are one of my favorites in it, so I'm going to use a lot of pumpkin seeds. Now, flax seeds can be done a couple different ways. I can put it in whole like that, or I can choose to grind them. And when I grind them, it just gives it a different texture. So, okay, let's go big on the flax. We grind some up here real quick. All right, so I just use the Vitamix to pulverize these. I got some whole flax seeds in there already. The flax seed really helps things stick together. And boy, I'm running out of room. I do that all the time. Go a little bit overboard. We got some sesame seeds. Give it a nice little extra flavor there. And chia seeds. And the chia seeds and the flax seeds kind of just hold everything together. They glue things together. So I filled this whole 4-cup thing up. I'm going to pour it in here, and I'm going to double up the water. So because I had 4 cups of seeds, I'm going to use 8 cups of water. And again, you might use 1 cup of seeds and 2 cups of water. But we're going to let these soak, and they're going to gel up, and then I'm going to, spread after adding the pulp in it and some spices. In fact, before I put the water in, I kind of like spreading the salt out in this dry mixture. So let's see. That'll work. I'm just going to kind of spread it out in there a little bit. Now, I'm also going to add my own spices to it. You do what you want on that. You might make cinnamon crackers. You might make, use some Italian herbs and seasonings from the garden or whatever you want. Spice it up however you want. Hot peppers, you might put hot peppers in the pulp mix or whatever the case is. Salt is my favorite on there, but okay, so I got 4 cups. Let me do 4 more cups of water. I'm going to stir this up and then let it soak for a couple hours. After a couple hours later, I'll come back and I'll add the pulp. We'll mix it in there and spread it on the trays. I'm going to add my own seasoning too, but that's my secret seasoning. I think you should do it how you want to, so no sense in me going over that. Okay, 1 part seeds, 2 parts water. Gonna give it a little stir here. And let's see, just so you can see what it looks like. So it's just a very liquidy mixture in there. Okay, nothing special going on, but you'll see it's gonna thicken up quite a bit. It's gonna thicken up real nice, so I'm just gonna let it sit here and soak. Okay, exciting things are gonna happen with that stuff. See you in a bit. This wonderful mixture has been soaking for a couple hours now. I'm going to add the pulp. I'm gonna add enough to soak up any excess liquid. It's kind of gelled up a bit. So I'm just gonna start dumping in some pulp as much as I want. And most of this is carrot pulp. Ooh, that's a lot. I say the more the merrier, but looks like I probably added about at least 4 cups. Probably more than that, and we're just gonna mix it in. And I don't care if you were juicing beets or lemons or celery or whatever it is, throw it in the bowl. Now, there's room for more. Hang on. You know, why throw this away or why even compost it? Fiber is good for you. All right, so let me show you what this is looking like here. Now, because I can, I'm gonna cheat. Hang on, I'll be right back. Time to spread this mix on my dehydrator trays. So I gotta wear a rack. And in this case, I'm using a silicone mat, which works pretty good. There's another one I'll show you in a minute, but. All right, so my cup. And this is actually a 4-cup, a quart size, which is a lot of stuff. But that's about how much I'm going to use, and it seems like a lot, but when this stuff dehydrates, it gets pretty thin. And I like to have a nice, strong, thick cracker that I can, you know, you drag it through that raw homemade hummus and you get a big old scoop, yeah, without it breaking. So I'm going to put this stuff about probably more than a 1/4 inch, not quite a 1/2 inch thick. I don't know, maybe a 1/2 inch thick. So we're going to spread it out pretty evenly here. Get some more in this corner. Okay, so it's pretty even. I can leave it like that, but you know, I'm gonna do a lot more trays, so I may as well put one on top of it and just kind of even it out a little bit. So I'm kind of flattening the whole thing out, and then that tray, now since it's already messy, I'll make my next one on that. So this one goes in the dehydrator. I'll be right back. This is a different kind. This is a different material that I also found works pretty good. So I'll use that for my next one just for good. But again, I'm just going to flatten it out a little bit. And since I already messy, whoa, it's stuck. Since I made this one a little messy, I'll use it for the next one. But watch this. All right, I can actually determine my cracker size. When it dries, they will break exactly on those lines. Into the dehydrator goes. All right, I'm having a little idea here because I got a lot of crackers. I'm going to change up the rest of this batch. I'm going to show you another way of working with the same mix and just making it different. Let me pause this for a minute and get some things set up. I started thinking about all this incredible organic spinach I have sitting in the refrigerator. Let's use it. Okay, I'm back. Look at the difference in this. This is amazing. This is beautiful. And one thing you're probably realizing is it's not a recipe, it's a concept. And I put spinach in, I could have put kale or collard greens or beets or whatever, it doesn't matter, I could put anything in there. But that's just a nice, beautiful color. These are gonna be delicious. That's a shred it. I'm gonna leave those in the dehydrator through the night, and tomorrow I'll show you how I turn them to dry them on the other side without the mat that they're on. See you tomorrow. So it's the next day, and it's time to check out our results here. I'm gonna grab one from the top, and let me grab one from down here, because remember, I did a green one. I added some spinach, and this was without the spinach. This one also, notice I did not pizza cut this one, whereas this one, remember the cut marks? I want to point out the memory of that. But let me show you what we're going to do with these, because I want to take this out. So I'm going to take one of these extra trays and just turn it over, and use that for the next one. And we don't need this anymore. You can see it's a little wet and messy. We'll just slide this in now without the tray, and it'll dry really nicely. I'm just gonna work my way down. This one, I think you can see, has the cuts in it. And look how much separation there is between the pieces after it drying. Also, already you can kind of get an idea how much they're diminishing in height. I started out probably maybe 3/8 of an inch or maybe even thicker than that. And they're not near done drying yet, but they're getting much thinner. This was a different kind of mat, and you can see how little sticks to it. One of the things I like about this dehydrator is the trays go in this way, and the fan is in the back blowing through in between all of the trays. So none of the trays are getting ripped off like if the fan was on the bottom blowing upward through the hole in the center kind of thing. There's different kinds of dehydrators, and my favorite is with the big fan in the back blowing through in between all of the trays. Okay, so all the mats are out, and I'm going to turn the dehydrator back on and see you later on today. Okay, we're still at 115 degrees here. Let me turn this off, and I'm gonna take out my crackers and show you what we got here. Ooh, that one curled up a little bit on top. Remember the first one, I didn't pizza cut it? So I'm gonna show you the difference here. This one is just a big sheet, and it's gonna break all over the place, okay? So, and I'm glad that one's on the bottom. That'll be the one with the crumbs. Compare that, all the rest, and this is all the rest, I used a pizza cutter to give them some shape. And notice how they're just perfect squares. I don't even have to break them up. They just come right off the tray in the sizes and the dimensions that I cut them. And now, let me use a different bowl here because, remember I made some like this. And I also, and I want to show one thing here. You know, in a different video, this is some raw sprouted hummus. I like making these, the pulp and the seeds really give it a lot of strength, so you can actually get a nice scoop of whatever you're gonna dip them in. Kind of miss my face. Good. But I like having a nice strong cracker. Now, this bowl doesn't have the white behind it. You know, I'll just put them right on top. I'm gonna mix them all together today, just so you can see the difference. But again, here's the ones that I added all that spinach to. And you see how they just kind of break right on the folds. You know, and they're nice and they're strong. They're super delicious. And again, nice strong crackers. Look in the description for how to make this. It's incredible. It's just like this recipe. It's not a recipe. It's a concept, good, healthy food. All right, it's game day. Gonna munch on some raw seed cracker pulp chips with some raw sprouted hummus. Hey, thanks for checking out these videos. Remember, get the hummus link in the description below this video. See you next time. I already got into this tray. That's why it was on the bottom. You weren't supposed to see that. Couldn't wait. Get out of here. I'm not going to show you any. That's it for this video. We're not teaching any more things here. The demonstrations are over. Now you're just doing those. Looking at my kitchen and stuff. Come on, get out of here. Hey, time to be that way.